So I have made a decision not to go to a new country to start a new job because there are so many reasons not to do it. But the first and or let's say the most important thing is that actually it doesn't, it is not aligning with my horoscope, which I think is really something maybe a bit weird for other people to hear who are not into like astrology and the horoscope. But for those of us who find it amusing, interesting, and motivational, it's really it becomes almost like a life uh, kind of a life, how to say it, like a guidance, you know, a guidance in your life, such as religion are for many people. And that we can make our life in a way easier to manage when we have this type of guidance for us in our life, so that decisions are easier to make, because we have this horoscope by our side. So there are a bunch of places that I would fit really well in, and in different sort of, internal states, right? So, for example, one state is like the more of a professional, you get like kind of into like more of a prestigious mindset, like you get like energized in terms of you want to in terms of career or like work opportunity and just making things happen, in that sort of sense. And then we have other energies, such as feeling of belonging home, connecting with other people, um, you know and really just like that sense of belonging. That's in another place, right? When we talk about the first one I mentioned. And then the third place again, you know is more of like internal state, something you are hidden, something like you think about the past a little bit, and like make sense of that, make sense of what your internal states really have been doing and what's going on internally, and your like some buried emotions and stuff like that. And that's another place again. So it's really interesting, and there are other places, there are other states as well, and it's so interesting. And I have to be honest with myself about it, because I get excited by thinking about it. And I made a promise to myself that I'm from now on in my life I'm gonna do things that excites me. When I think about them, it excites me. I'm not gonna put a leash on myself and say, "Oh, that's not rational." For example, I know, I could do this with the horoscope astrology thing. Of course, I could be like, "Oh, no, that's not rational to be like that, or to do it like this or that, da 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 da." But I'm excited about it, and that's what matters to the end of the day. Like, people are so judgmental, and it's of no point whatsoever, because the people that are excited about something, they live in their own bubble. They are protected because they choose to do what excites them. And the people that are living under some kind of invisible rules, who kind of feel like a victim because they are under some invisible rule. They will attack the people, of course, that doing something, the people that are doing something that excites them, you know, because they feel betrayed, right? Why can't I be excited? Why can I be happy like that? Why can I do that? And it's all like these kind of insecurities they never dealt with, you know. So all the judgmental people, they are just really not living excited lives because they don't choose to do that. That's all there is. Um, so I've been really conscious about this lately, like, and I have a trip booked, like, to that country I was going to start working, and I was thinking now to go to fly there and then fly out to the country that has one of these states, like I told you, that fits my horoscope, one of these cities, because it excites me to think about it, you know. And that will trump that it's rational or not, you know. And that's, I think that's really is what separates people from doing what excites them, and by staying in a place where they don't really, they feel, you know, they feel like they feel stuck, or like they feel like they're just not finding a solution, because there is no solution, right? There is no like rational solution, let's say, to excitement. Excitement is something completely else when we talk about rationality. Excitement is like, it's just this completely internal flow state inside of you, where you are just like in the present. Imagine yourself, you're excited to go somewhere, to come, and you imagine yourself being at the airport and just like feeling that kind of state inside of you. That's excitement, and that's a real thing, you know. That's a real thing. Imagine your plane goes up and you can see the city that you go, and it goes down, and you can see the city that you're going to be at, and you just feel that whole excitement rising up, the new country, the new city, new culture, new people, new ways of living, you know. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing, and that's why I think many people feel stuck, because they are bound. They're not letting go of that leash, of that like rational leash. They want so badly to do something exciting with their life and feel excited about life, but they just cannot let go of that. Oh, I need to do something rational. I need to think this through. I need to make sure that everything goes is like rational, that everything is smart, that everything has a outcome for me, that everything has a goal, you know, that will be reached, you know. But that's like living your whole life just waiting for that goal to happen, right? It's just the same. And not caring about how the middle part turns out can be miserable for your entire life, but at least when you're 80, you know, you could, you know, do something with your, you know, like, it's just not, that's what's not rational in a way, you know. The rational thing to do is actually living in an excited state, you know, being excited and living out that. just being excited. That's the rational thing to do, you know. It's not to think about, to make sure that, you know, you live rationally. Because when we are excited, we also know that it is, or think about something that excites us, we also know that it's highly, highly possible to do. That's the funny part about it. We know it's highly, highly possible to do. I know it's highly, highly possible to visit a country which I'm thinking about right now, and that city I've never seen before and visited. Have it in my mind because it's highly, highly possible to do that for me. You know? And other things as well that I feel excited about thinking about it. Like I know it's highly, highly possible to do it. That's what makes it like exciting to think about, right? I'm not excited about thinking that I'm flying over the whole world. I'm not excited by it because it's not possible. You know, it's not possible without a plane or something like that, you know? And it's like, and when we think about like, oh, we should be with that person, for example, that would be nice, but we are not excited by it because we know it's not possible. You know what I mean? We know it's not possible. So we are not excited by that, you know. Or I'm excited by going to a school or like a line of study without saying too much. A line of study. I'm excited by that because I know it's highly, highly possible to do it. At least give it a shot at the entrance test or audition or whatever. I know it's highly, highly possible to go there, you know. And that excites us so much, you know. It's beautiful. And just to live in that is the primary, you know, basis of your existence, that just choose the exciting thing. That's it. Not that it will make you a lot of money, not that it will give you the best, the status, the recognition, the validation. Not that, but the fact that it is exciting, that you get excited by it. That's real living for an individual. You know? That's real, like, bravery, I will say. Because you really just like say goodbye to rationality. You really just say goodbye to, you know, like thinking about like constructing the future. You really just say goodbye to that. You really just say goodbye to the past. That person you you still think about but not excites you anymore because you know it's not possible to get back together, for example. You really let go of the past. You really stop thinking about it, and you really stop thinking about constructing the future. You really choose the present. Wow, this is bravery. This is bravery. And what is so beautiful about it, bravery, is that it's a complete individual experience. That's why we like sit like this when we are watching a movie with a brave person, because it's only about that person. You know what I mean? It's all that the person chooses it to be brave. That single person. It doesn't get pushed to be brave. It doesn't get like. It chooses to be brave because he chooses or she chooses excitement. Maybe it's to save the man or the woman. Maybe it's to you know, uh, just yeah, it's just to choose excitement. I cannot tell you how important it is. Put away the stuff that doesn't excite you. Don't have your focus there. I will not tell anybody to do something with their life. I'm not saying it. That's not what I meant. I say that if you feel and think that you are choosing rational, but you cannot find joy in your life, maybe this message is for you. This video is for you, you know? Because it's another state, you know? It's another state, physiological state, you know? You cannot think your way to be excited about something. It just comes to you, right? It comes to you. And then you get like excited about it. It's not something you can think your way to. No. It comes to you and then you get excited. Wow, yeah, of course, it's like that, you know? Of course I'm excited for you or for this. You know? It's not like you choose to be excited about something. It comes to you, touches you, it's something inside of you. You know? That's beautiful. And imagine to go after that. Huh? Imagine that. Imagine how beautiful that is. To choose basically yourself. Choosing yourself. You're not choosing the crowd. You're not choosing the rationality, the normal. You're choosing yourself. And by that, you can be a huge resource. Because you're just excited about your life. How beautiful is that? You know? It doesn't mean like, oh, you can be a big resource, you can help a lot of people like come out of poverty. No. Just imagine you walking down the street, ordering a coffee at the coffee shop, and everybody and the barista just feeling your excitement for life. That's what changes the world. That's what real change is. It's when the person, the individual, chooses himself or herself. Her or himself, her excitement or his excitement. That's what makes the change in this world. It doesn't matter if you are a broker on Wall Street, right? Working on Wall Street. If you're excited by it, you're making a great change. You're making the world a better place. Really, we all have value, whatever job we are choosing to do, for example. Or even not having a job is also a job, right? You're also contributing to the society, you know? The important part is, are you excited about your life? Are you choosing excitement? What excites you? That's it. And it doesn't have to be a big thing, right? It can just be to travel to a city that says in your horoscope gives you this and this states. All right? That's a small thing. A lot of people can do that. If not all people in the world can do that, you know? Come on, you know? That's what I want to say. Just come on, choose excitement. It doesn't matter if it's stupid or weird or rational or like straight or like squared or whatever you call it, you know? It doesn't matter how it looks to other people. It just matters, are you excited about it, you know? Just do it if you are, it's excited for you, if it excites you. All right?